Hey Cam, can you just kind of talk in an overview about like, what the process has been like so far, and where you've gotten to go, and kind of show what you can do?
The process has been good to me so far. So after the Cheez-It Bowl in Orlando, I ended up getting invited to the Tropical Bowl. That was actually in Camping World Stadium as well. So I trained in Fort Lauderdale for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I went to go play at the Tropical Bowl. And you know, the beat writers there and you know some media personnel ranked me as like one of the best players on the field. I saw one person put that I was the best player out there, so I ended up getting a call up to the NFLPA game. Both bowl games, both All-Star games were a great experience, but the NFLPA Bowl, I feel like it's gonna end up taking over because maybe not be the top bowl game, but it was an amazing experience and it's so tightly connected with the NFL, and it really helped me raise my draft stock. So I was grateful for both those bowl experiences, and now I'm just excited for Pro Day tomorrow.
We'll go to Brendan, front row on your left.
Okay, with those experiences in the 2 All-Star games, I guess what feedback did you get from NFL teams, and consistently what they said about your game that they like, things that they want to see you work on to build on in the future?
They said that they appreciate the way that I can win my one-on-one matchups and in the pass game and just create different advantages against linebackers or safeties. And I kind of went on a gauntlet out there doing one-on-one circuits at the NFLPA game and the Tropical Bowl, so they just like the way that I can win my one-on-one matchups. And on top of that, at the Tropical Bowl, we had a pass blocking period, and I won all my reps in that, and they were very excited about that. So I've gotten good feedback from NFL teams. I like the spot I'm in right now, and I'm just excited for this next step.
All right, we'll stay there for Chris.
For you tomorrow, what is most important with the fact that you weren't able to go to Indy and do the NFL Combine? What is it that you feel you need to show when you do perform on the field tomorrow?
Obviously, all of the on-field drills are important tomorrow, but my 40 would probably be the most important one. 40 and bench press are the things that I've been primarily focused on the most, just so that I can show the ability to have some linear speed in the pass game and my change of direction. So I would say bench press, 40, and the routes section tomorrow are the things that I'm most excited about.
All right, Cameron, next question will be on Zoom. Logan Robinson from No Game Day.
Going on, Cam? Hope you're doing good. You've got Pro Day tomorrow. What have you been telling some of the scouts, coaches, etc. on the NFL side, both your talents on the field and off the field, some of your your talents that you bring?
That's actually a phenomenal question. During this process, I kind of put my off-the-field endeavors to the side a little bit, just so I can focus purely on football and start a career in the NFL. And I've been telling the scouts that when I get there, I'm going to be a 4-core special teams guy, somebody who's going to add to the character value in their locker room, and just somebody who's willing and ready to contribute to win a title. That's mostly what I've been telling the scouts, and they had great feedback on those, things that I pointed out. And so, the scouts, we had a good relationship. I've built some great relationships with the scouts up to this point, so I'm excited about it.
Go back to Ira on your right.
As you were a receiver basically in high school, more than you were a tight end.
Right.
Do you still feel like you have to prove that you can be a blocking tight end, or do you feel like you proved that during your time with Florida State?
Well, that's a daily battle. It's a daily battle. Every day I have to prove that I can be a blocking tight end, but I definitely stepped my game up in Florida State. At Florida State, just what Coach Norvell was asking me to do, and the offensive staff what they asked me to do. So I was creating a lot of backside cutoffs and power runs towards the tight end. I think my role in the NFL will be a little bit different, more of a pass catching role, but I definitely still have to prove the ability to be able to block day in and day out, because that's what I'm going to be doing on special teams. And as a tight end in the NFL, if you're not blocking, you're not playing tight end, you're just playing receiver. So it's a daily battle.
All right, next will be Aslan in the back row, all right?
Ken, when you committed to Florida State, you left California, there was a brand new coach here, there was all sorts of excitement. Didn't work out the way probably everybody wanted to. You lived through a pandemic here in Tallahassee. I don't know if things ever really went according to plan for you, but are you able to appreciate how it's the trials and tribulations, I guess, have made you who you are right now and maybe position you to be in a good spot right now?
Oh, absolutely. That's a great question. 2018 to 2022 was the most transformative time in my life. This is the time where I grew into manhood and I grew into being a functioning adult, and just where I kind of learned to have my foothold in society. And I'm happy with the way that my Florida State career went. Starting out 5-7, not what I was expecting. I was expecting to come to California and compete for ACC titles and compete for national titles. It didn't work out that way. Next year, 6-7, our coach gets fired. Following year, Coach Norvell comes in and we're 3-6. 2021, we start out 0-4, and we kind of go on a winning streak to end the season. And then what 2022 was for this program, and I can hang my hat on that being my last year here, was phenomenal. That's just an incredible feat, and if I could do it all over again, I'd play 5 seasons here again.
Stay right there for Tyler.
You mentioned the All-Star game experience and, you know, going through those weeks. What is the prep work like, knowing that you're going to see scouts there, potentially, you know, coaches for some certain teams, and going against a lot of, you know, top players in the country for those All-Star game experiences?
Oh, it was just preparing like it was a normal game week, you know, because playing in the ACC it can be a gauntlet at times, especially the schedule that Florida State played. So going into those All-Star games and knowing that some of the best players in the country were going to be there, it kind of gave me excitement and just a hunger to be prepared and ready to put on a show. And I went out there and I did put on a show. So in hindsight, the preparation was just like a normal game week, but just the intensity raised up just a little bit, just because it has to be.
I've got another question from Zoom from Logan.
Hey Cam, can you tell us a little bit about your position coach, Coach Thomason, and how he developed you in that room?
Absolutely. Coach Thompson is a phenomenal coach. I firmly believe that if he wouldn't have put his hands on me the way that he did and just help guide me and scope me into, you know, every down tight end who could do multiple stuff and have a multifaceted game in the way that I can function in the run game, I don't know that I'd be here right now with the opportunity to go to the NFL. So playing underneath Coach Thompson and just starting for him for 3 years and going above and beyond with our preparation, going over the game plans. Coach Thompson taught me how to be a pro, not only on the field, but off the field. So we had a phenomenal relationship, and it still lasts to this day. I couldn't be more appreciative of Coach Thompson.
Anything else for Cam? All right. Thanks, Cam.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.